It gives me great pleasure to be given this opportunity to make a few remarks on what is a very momentous occasion for both Transparency International-Zambia and the Drug Enforcement Commission. Today, after months of very hard work in the background, we are finally going to witness the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between TIZ and the DEC, whose collective resolve to rid our country of the evils of corruption, drug abuse, and maladministration, among other vices, has never been greater. Now, the fact that we have gotten to this point is an indication of our collective determination to succeed in our quest to make Zambia a better place for ourselves, our children, and indeed future generations that will come long after we've gone. Now, as some of you may know, TIZ is a local chapter of a global movement that is called Transparency International, and our mandate is to fight corruption and promote good governance at all levels of society. We are driven by our vision of having a Zambia that is anchored on citizens and institutions of integrity. Now, in working towards our vision, we are cognizant of the need to work collaboratively with different stakeholders in order to leverage on our collective strengths and abilities in our quest to contribute to the betterment of our country. We have therefore developed good collaboration, not just with our fellow civil society organizations, but also with public bodies such as the Zambia Police Service, the Office of the Public Protector, and the Anti-Corruption Commission, and Judiciary, among others. So it is in this same spirit that we are very delighted to be signing this MoU today with the DEC, which we consider to be another critical player in our quest to fight corruption and to promote good governance in Zambia. Now, through our People's Engagement and Advocacy Program, which Achilando has spoken about, we are working at fostering attitudinal and behavioral change among people through empowering them to be aware of and to claim their rights, as well as to hold their leaders and service providers accountable in order for them to act in ethical ways. Now, we are aware that the DEC, through its Integrity Committee, aims at spearheading and facilitating the process of preventing corruption internally through best practices in liaison with various departments, units, and regions within the Commission. We're therefore convinced that our respective goals in this quest are perfectly aligned to enable us gain mutual benefit from this MoU in the immediate, the short, as well as the long term. Now, as we know, among the key interventions to be undertaken through this MoU will be the following: implementation of agreed strategies of community participation and monitoring of public service provision, as well as maladministration, then supporting the development of integrity tools such as the Code of Ethics, service charters, whistleblower, as well as GIFS policies, and also jointly providing technical support towards people's demand for effective services to the public. So these are some of the objectives that this MoU is going to speak to. So we have no doubt that these and other interventions will make this MoU a very practical document that will contribute to the respective mandates of the two institutions for the betterment of our country's practice of the tenets of good governance. And now, as I conclude, I wish to reiterate our commitment as TIZ to continue enhancing collaboration with a range of stakeholders, both in the public and private sector, because it is only when we are united behind a common resolve that we can make real progress in ridding Zambia of corruption, drug abuse, money laundering, and maladministration, among others. We are therefore very excited about the prospects that this MoU has in that regard, and we really do look forward to implementing it so that we can collectively benefit from it. I thank you for your attention, and God bless us all. Thank you very
much. Transparency International-Zambia, Mr. Nyambe, and indeed all the members that have come from TIZ, the senior officers from DEC. I wish to extend a warm welcome to the TIZ team and indeed all of us that have come to witness the ceremony of the signing of this MoU between DEC and TIZ. Now, this ceremony comes at a time when DEC has just reviewed its strategic plan. And one of the things that we have projected in our strategic plan is to strengthen stakeholder collaboration, because we know this is the only way of meeting the dictates of our mandate of curbing money laundering and illicit drug activities. The ED, you may also wish to note that although the DEC is not mandated to really spearhead investigations on corruption cases, corruption still remains of importance to us because it is a predicate offense to money laundering cases. So we are still interested in that. Therefore, the DEC stands ready to collaborate with all stakeholders in maintaining a good governance environment. Ladies and gentlemen, you may also wish to note that the DEC is anchored on 6 values that guide its operations, and these include integrity, teamwork, innovativeness, confidentiality, impartiality, and accountability. It is evident that the DEC and TIZ share common ground in the 2 values of integrity and accountability. This provides a good launchpad for our concerted efforts. Therefore, the MoU being signed today is a significant statement that our 2 institutions are firmly resolved to unite in the fight against corruption and related vices that tend to negatively affect good governance. The MoU will provide a framework within which joint sensitization activities will be conducted among the general public across the nation of Zambia. These activities are aimed at raising awareness levels and a sense of responsibility in our citizenry to take keen interest in the affairs of public service delivery. Further, the MoU will provide a robust whistleblowing mechanism in our institutions, which is envisioned to encourage timely and swift receipt of information that forms the basis for investigation of illicit drug activities, money laundering, abuse of public resources, and related vices. Ladies and gentlemen, please also note that good and successful investigations, I'm sure my team will attest to that, good and successful investigations are heavily reliant on the availability of reliable intelligence. Thus, protection of whistleblowers cannot be overemphasized. If members of the public who are potential witnesses to the vices being perpetrated are to be assured of safety from any ridicule or victimization. Finally, I wish to state that it is our resolved position that the DEC and TIZ will work tirelessly to ensure the MoU being signed today is a practical document, as you said, ED, and not only to be counted as part of a collection of MoUs. The DEC looks forward to working with TIZ in this mutually beneficial partnership. I thank you for your kind attention, and may God bless us all. Thank you.